And it's going to feature all of these games that you've seen today, as well as our games from the last few days. So you're going to get replays from Maru. You're going to get replays from Zest, Stats. Trying to think who else we cast. Dark. All the players we cast yesterday in this tournament as well, which is Innovation, Bunny, Creator. As well as everything else we cast as well. That's just a few of the names you'll have in the replay pack. I think the big one is Maru. How often do you get yourselves hands on Maru replays? Not very often, let me tell you that. So if you want to get yourself some sick replays, be a subscriber. Our next replay pack going out this evening over on Discord. But it's our third series of the day, and we have ByuN and True going to play some TvZ for us here as we get this rocking and rolling. Rack's going to be finishing in the main in the next few moments to start that first Reaper up. That tree is going to collapse on itself soon. I am genuinely having trouble hanging decorations in places now because there is literally just nowhere to actually put them. We are starting to run into some issues, I'm not going to lie. It is starting to become a bit of a problem. Alright, so, getting set up into this, the hatch, gas, and pool opening from True. Nothing too aggressive to start up with on Blue Shift. Not going to go for any sort of pool first play, which is very possible on Blue Shift as well, because it is a map where you have the kind of shorter rushed instance where the 6-lings can come across. There are pathways for them to take to avoid the Reaper while still getting across the map very quickly. As we do see, the Reaper is coming across and into the natural from ByuN. I need a second tree. I mean, I have a second tree. It's actually in the car downstairs, but I mean, A, I have to bring it upstairs, B, I have to put it up. And then I also have to find tinsel and lights for it. Like, it's not easy. I'd be the first streamer with 2 trees. Yeah, everyone else is getting a tree now anyway, so maybe it's time for me to have 2 trees. Stay one step ahead of everyone else. Reaper is again having a little bit of a poke on those Zerglings to get started here in these very early stages. Reaper Grenade comes down and pop that Queen forwards a little bit too. ByuN going to be pulling back out towards the center as the starport coming down in the main base. The starport dropping into the main as we see a couple of Hellions on the way up from ByuN. Barracks lands as well, and a Marine will come up now too. And a single Reaper just moving around to look to see what can happen as we're all going to be having the Lings going to be coming in and again just stopping that Reaper. But sees the third hatch. He's already ByuN with some pretty good information there as to kind of what's going on. Again, so far today, we haven't seen any action from True, so this is the first series we're seeing from him. So far today, we saw Rogue taking down Time 2-0, and ByuN taking down Time 2-0. So just at the start of this group, a couple of scores are known, and it's already looking pretty like a pretty fun group that we've got ahead of us. The top 3 players will advance through to the Korean server playoffs. That's going to be played, I believe, on the 17th of December, which is in like a week and a half or something. I don't even know what day it is today. It's the 8th or the 9th? I think it's the 9th today. So yeah, that's going to be coming up. Should be fun. Marines loading up here, and this medevac going to be moving out onto the map. So ByuN coming across to try and see what damage he can get done. A couple of Queens are hanging out around the front as well, and they are looking to just spread that creep forward. And as we do see medevac, Hellions, and the Reaper. All of this from ByuN coming down to the bottom left-hand side and starting to unload. ByuN plays deeper in the wrong place. Yeah, it's a bit off, isn't it? Ay. ByuN, what are you doing? Well, Hellbats are ready to go, though, and True has not even got Zerglings on the map just yet, so he does have a good few Queens at least, so let's see if he can do something with the Queens in terms of defending at the moment, as the Lings are going to get massacred those that run into this. I mean, this is one of those situations where you see a Hellbat attack come in, and you're just like, yeah, this isn't going to go well. Although that said, he actually, with the Queens, is doing a lot of damage. A surprising amount of damage, actually. I'm surprised these Hellbats are dropping so quickly. He's going to get rid of another one here, and then there's only one Hellbat left. I mean, 2 more about to morph in, but the Lings will actually get some damage on these. No, why are the Lings attacking the Queen? No, stop. Oh my god, True's Gling has nearly killed off that Queen on the top side. That is not what you want to have happen. As you're going to see now, Hellbats dropping in towards the main base. And, well, just getting to get rid of these, and you're actually not too bad of a spot as True. Stop running these Zerglings in, please. The Queens can deal with it from here. There's a few more Lings lost than is really necessary, as that is going to be a cleanup. True, 44 to 41 workers, obviously droning up at this stage. He's got +1 carapace on the way as well, so he's got a nice fast upgrade. Does that matter though? Second factory coming up, so upgrades maybe not as important as usual with the fact we're going to be seeing mech out of ByuN to continue onwards. Hellions just going to be gathering just outside, so going to be more Hellions coming across. And True going into melee upgrades obviously doesn't really know what's up at the moment. He will have seen more Hellions leaving the base with this Overlord here. This gas gets taken. It's actually fun. This gas gets taken at the same time as everyone. I thought maybe he was hiding it away for a reason, but not the case. Anyways, Banshee shows up, and Lair and Spores are not currently ready. Cloak comes in, and just going to have to wait a little while for that Spore to be done as ByuN finds even more damage in these early stages. This Banshee now backing away a little bit. Here come the Hellbats. Getting ready to move forwards. The Spore will come forwards as well, and we'll start to burrow. Hellbat's going to go towards the third base, though, and I tell you what, there's nothing really in position to deal with this. As no, the drones go back to mining, which means the Hellbats... Oh, man, I mean, the fact they're just in the mineral line already. True was kind of maybe able to survive before and kind of continue in the game, but this is starting to get to the point where it's just way too much damage. This Banshee's starting to be turned away, and another couple of Hellbats coming in again. True might survive, but is he able to get into any sort of position that will do him justice? As we see, those Hellbats do get caught. This Banshee is now in once again. Another Banshee here gets another kill or two. In fact, we'll even maybe be able to chase another drone. Overseer still isn't out, so still relying on Spore Crawlers to make this work, and ByuN is playing an absolute masterclass at TvZ at the moment, while True just kind of flounders around and makes quite a few mistakes at the moment. Last time I saw ByuN playing mech was in TvZ in 2010. ByuN has played a little bit of mech lately. I feel like I cast him in Kung Fu Cup the other day, and he played a little bit of mech, and I think he did it against Rogue even, and it actually worked out quite nicely. Similar sort of situation, got a lot of damage done early and just sort of followed through to a point where he was able to make it work out. This is how pro players defend. Hellbat push Marine, then Banshee. It's definitely not the defense you're expecting to see. I mean, it's one of those situations where if you're not quite ready for the Hellbats, obviously you fall behind. And if you weren't quite ready for the Hellbats and you fall behind, you then are behind for everything else that happens. And it just makes defending everything more of an issue, because you have, dealing with the Hellbats, he didn't get Spores ready, so the Banshees deal damage, because he weren't ready for the, Banshees. They kind of push units all around the place, which means more Hellbats come in and you're out of position to deal with those. So it all just kind of falls apart a little bit, really, very quickly. Alright, so, that said, you're going to see a couple Banshees just hanging around on the top side. Hellions coming through the center. Trying to get a little bit of something done. There's a lot of Hellions that are just running into this base. Dropping in 8 workers. Going down already, so quite a lot of damage dealt here. Banshees dealing some damage. Cyclone locks onto the Overseer in the sky as well. If you kill that Overseer, remember, the Banshees obviously are pretty much undetectable, especially if you kill the Spore Crawlers too. I mean, a counter-attack across the map is an attempt to deal some counter damages there, and it's a nice idea from True, but it's just going to be way too little, way too late. He's still going to have to try and deal with these Hellbats, which are just running rampage. I mean, the third hatchery goes down as well, and this is going to be GG. ByuN takes game number 1. And again, I just hope you're having a great day. Hope you're having a great weekend, and let's enjoy some StarCraft 2 together. As we have to the bottom right-hand side, our blue Terran player. This is ByuN. And you know what? I had a bit of a feeling. A game up, ByuN might just go for a little bit of a proxy. Meanwhile, to the top left-hand side, our red Zerg from Psystorm Gaming. This is True. I can understand why solo casting can be hard and exhausting, but I think his commentary is quite poor, not explaining the meta/mind game. I mean, literally, what do you want me to say? Like, I talked about the Hellbat attack, how he wasn't ready, how that influenced him in the next decisions, how ByuN got very far ahead. What do you want me to do? Like, overanalyze an attack that ended the game at the 5-minute marker? Aye, that is some real 100 IQ comments in the chat. Proxy racks coming down is obviously going into a third racks as well. Better be fully analytical on this one, guys. So, the proxy free racks, and he's putting the third racks back for a reason. The reason the third racks comes back here is because if this gets scouted, the first 2 racks get seen, and this very quickly could become a looks like a 2 racks proxy, when in reality it's a 3 racks, and the response against a 2 racks and a 3 racks is very different. Against a 2 racks going roaches is pretty much suicide, but against a 3 racks going roaches is probably the best decision. So there's that weird little complication. It's a little thing from ByuN putting this racks over to the right hand side, and just getting that set up and rolling. So a few Marines are going to start going forwards. However, True did open with the pool first, so he will have Zerglings on the way in. Nice and quickly here, getting this going. So the first bunker comes down. Obviously, True will not see this just yet, but he will have a couple of lings. Now, as he sees this bunker, he will start at more lings. He didn't make that many lings right away, but he will have a fast queen to help out. And let's see how he does here. As at the moment, it kind of feels like ByuN might still have a bit of an opportunity, because this bunker is going to finish. And True, well, he's going to pull some drones down. I don't know about this, though. Drones against what is already 3 Marines at the front. I mean, the lings go down. Now 1 drone falls as well. True just needs to get a whole bunch more Zerglings. He's going to drop the Rotoran. I think he realizes with the number of Marines that this is a free rack, so instantly goes into a Rotoran now. He will get Ling speed as well, so you'll kind of have like a Ling Roach buff burst out of this. A couple of Marines just going to keep on working their way through this hatchery. So True is not having a great time, obviously, at the moment. But again, this is free racks, which means that back at home, he can't really take gases as fast. He can't transition as quickly into that kind of factory in the expansion, which is what makes the 2 racks not quite as all in. Against the 3 racks, I feel losing the hatchery can be kind of dealt with sometimes. So True, just stacking up the lings. He's going to get a few roaches on the way in a moment or so, but he is currently supply blocked. So waiting for that overlord to finish, then he'll get roaches. And he'll probably try and break out of this with just roach ling to surround those bunkers, and then look for the counter-attack across the map, which will have some potential. Oh, I love it from ByuN. He realizes what's going on here. He's killed the hatchery, so he's just going to wall this off. Now you can't get full surrounds on these bunkers. This is going to be, and obviously there's going to be extra bunkers for the Marines to jump into as well. So True here is putting himself into a pretty good little spot so far. He's putting himself in a good little spot, and True's going to have to find a way to break out of this, but not going to be easy. I mean, corrosive barrels available, so he could corrosive. I mean, obviously he can share the barrels across bunkers now because they're literally next to each other. But that comes at a cost, as we see now an extra extractor being taken, and maybe that should have been done just a little bit sooner. So Ravager's coming up. This is going to be a very slow breakout here. And those first barrels, they're not in position. Again, like, hit them on both of the bunkers, right? It means there's even more to be repaired. Definitely makes a lot more sense. Couple of corrosive barrels dropping down. Just going to be seeing the bunker taking some hits. I mean, this is the thing. SCVs will just keep on repairing. And okay, I mean, it's costing money, but it's not that big of a deal. We'll get a little bit more damage on here. There's only room for 1 SCV to actually fight here. Now, if this bunker goes down, this is what gets interesting. Now the lings can actually wrap around a bunker and get the kill more easily. But the question is, do you want to go for that right away, or do you just want to keep on picking your way through this? Back at home, a factory making a tech lab, starport going on towards the tech lab too. So it is going to be a follow-up into the Banshee. I wonder how much damage can get done before then, though, because especially with the lings, Banshee isn't great at dealing with the Zerglings, and that might be the one thing that really powers up this counter-attack from True. He's going to drone, though, so he's not fully committed to this. And I guess ByuN has only just now started up his expansion. If True can bust down this high ground and get into the main, I feel there's some potential because of the number of Zerglings here. We only have 4 Marines for this bunker. Obviously, they can sit up there for the moment. There is an Overlord nearby for high ground vision, which will allow those Ravagers to get the barrels quite nicely. And you should be able to barrel here, so you, again, hits the bunker and the depot at the same time. Of course, the barrel's going to be dropping down here in the next couple of moments. You do see, here you go, the siege tank is out as well, actually. Man, the siege tank makes this very difficult, and the lings just get massacred, man. Okay, well, that's a defense. There was a moment or two I wanted to believe where there's maybe that timing, but the timing was just too good from ByuN on the starport, on the factory, and getting that going.